You say so.
Hello, 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 all. Today, on behalf of Gamma Pi Rho Lupus Sorority Incorporated, we want to thank you all for joining us on this Saturday morning or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And what a very special day it is, November 11th, 2023. And today we would like to honor all military veterans. Yay! Especially veteran Soar Christy Riley, Soar Jeanette Pizarro Hart, and Terrell Mosley Sr., and of course,
Yes,
Shanell
correct.
Matlock. Happy Veterans
Thank you.
all the United States Armed Forces. All right, y'all. Okay, so today we welcome an outstanding young lady who is a loving daughter, loving mother, a beloved sister and friend, an overjoyed grandmother of Zizi, and a devoted fiance. She has lived with I'm sorry, guys. She has lived a phenomenal life with ups and downs and lives by her grandmother's words that she holds dear to her heart. Shanell is, let's see, first tab female.
Military Funeral Honor Guard
Yep,
member.
yep. And a first international bestseller author. Her book, Shanell's tells stories about veterans who have opened up and give life to hope and hope to others who is a
Yep.
blessing rather than they have, there you
Look
go,
at it.
have served or not.
I
It's
don't know
called
why.
Veterans Unchained.
Here we go. It was like all blurry.
It's okay. And it's such an amazing and uplifting read. You guys can check
Thank
it
you.
out on Amazon, actually. So make sure you check that out. She's beautifully poised, a caring comforter are words that can describe her. She says she's an odd combination of really sweet and don't mess with me. I seen that on her Facebook page. But she has preserved throughout her life and her military journey, and now she battles lupus like a true warrior. Please welcome, not every GI is a Joe, Shanell Matlock to our platform.
Thank
Yay!
you, guys. Thank you so much.
Welcome, 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 my dear perfect sister. Yes. Look at him doing his little hand claps. So we wanted you to come on today, this special day, because you are a veteran, you are a lupus warrior, and you've experienced so many things being in the military. So we just thought it would be a great day just to, converse with you and just, see how you're doing. And, maybe you can give us some insight on all things lupus and what it's like to be a military veteran who's an author, if you will.
Um, in 2011, I was still serving in the military. I was active and I was an honor guard soldier at that time. In 2008, I had been involved in a very, very serious accident where I almost lost my life. And I wasn't healing. And then one day I got a phone call from my doctor that said, "Why haven't you come in and discussed your lupus results?" And I'm like, "My what? What are you talking about?"
Mhm.
And so I went in immediately. It was progressed pretty severely. Started a bunch of different medications, chemos, I mean, you name it. And for me, I really went, I think, as every patient who is diagnosed, whether you're a man or a woman, we battle insecurities, especially coming from a background where strength is how everybody sees you. Um, I laughed and joked this past week. I got to babysit my granddaughter, and she's 15 pounds. And I was like, man, I used to carry a 150-pound rucksack, about 100 plus gear, and that little 15-pound baby gave me a run for my money. I don't know what has happened, but it was one of those things for me that when I realized that I have lupus, I had to start talking to people. I had to start finding out what was going to work for me. Unlike other patients, like I'm highly allergic to pain medication. So I had to find other avenues that would help me, manage my pain. manage my emotions, manage my, because sometimes it's hard. I do get down,
It's
I
very
think of
hard.
everything I've accomplished, everything I've done, all the, jumping out of planes and,
Hmm.
climbing mountains and rappelling out of helicopters onto different things. And I can't do any of that now. There's
Hmm.
no way. But it was important to still continue to reach out to veterans because a lot of us veterans right now, even men, are suffering from fibromyalgia and also drug-induced lupus. And so there are a lot of bases which a lot of people are not familiar with right now. But there are a lot of bases that are now on the list at the VA as bases that are known where soldiers have gotten fibromyalgia or lupus. So that's something I think that if you're struggling with lupus and you're a veteran, you definitely need to check your base, check everywhere that you've been, make sure that base is not on that list. And if it is, then make sure you get that service connected. Um, and just due to the way that I chose to treat my health, unfortunately, I cannot use veteran services, but it hasn't made me, it makes me mad in a way, but not really, because I mean, I think once you're in the military, some of the things the military is going to provide and not provide for you, so it's up to you to really figure out what's going to work. It's up to you to keep fighting, to find that. I guess the best analogy I could give you was I heard someone say, soldiers were taught to stand our ground.
Hmm.
So when we find ourselves alone or lost in any way, shape, or form, we know that someone's going to come find us if we stand our ground. So that's one of the things I've had to learn was to stand my ground and to make sure I'm reaching out, um, even when I don't feel like reaching out, you know, and that's really, really a hard thing to do.
It is. And thank you for still, I know so many people have different experiences in the military, from good to bad. And the fact that we can have those highs and lows, but that's like with anything, for us to still endure and keep that, I served, or, I'm a veteran, still keep that high and share, your experiences with everyone. So we all need that. So we're grateful that you continue to do that, because everybody has not gotten to that point where they are able to do that. So thank you so
No,
much.
and it's okay because not everybody's had a enjoyable experience, especially minority women in the military. I
Hmm.
mean, we deal with sexism, we deal with genderism, we deal with feminism, we deal with machoism. There's so many isms that we deal with already. And then you add in military culture and military rhetoric. And I know for me, coming out of the service, it's always been hard dealing with other male veterans, not all male veterans, I should say, just some. Um, my honor guard teammates, they're phenomenal. I don't know if this is going to come through very well, but okay, so do you see this? What blur? I don't know what he's talking about. One second. Okay. He's helping. So I don't know if you ladies can see this very well, but this whole list right here, there are 33 men and me. I'm the sixth one on this list.
Oh.
So that's how I made history. And those group of men taught me what military service was. They taught me honor, they taught me integrity, they taught me selfless service, everything that we learned, no matter what branch we're in, but they taught me how to be a team. And I'm thankful that I had that experience because I also had a very terrible experience. I went through an MST issue. And my job in the military, I was a chaplain assistant. I was a bodyguard for a chaplain. So I had to learn to be knowledgeable in all the religions that the military acknowledges and be able to provide services and support for soldiers and their families. So what I dealt with on a day-to-day basis, it wasn't like I could just call up a girlfriend and be like, yo,
Right,
this is what
right,
happened today. A lot of
right,
times I've
right.
had to internalize everything, and people would be like, "Oh, you're being secretive." Yeah, well, yeah, kind of I am because it's my job,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm,
I'm not being secretive on anything that would hurt anybody, you know?
mm-hmm.
And so my son he's in Intel and he's going through the same thing and he's like, "Mom, I get it now." Like,
Yeah,
I get where you have to kind of pick and choose what you say, and it's hard.
it
It's
is.
really hard. It's really hard.
It is. It is. I'm gonna jump back. You said that you are allergic to pain meds. Did I hear that right?
Yes, ma'am. I will go into anaphylactic shock. When I was in Afghanistan, a vehicle rolled over me,
Mm-hmm.
and I did not know that I was allergic to medication. My lung had collapsed, and they wound up intubating me, but also giving me morphine in the field, and I went into anaphylactic shock in the field. And so
Oh,
then I found out that I couldn't take Percocet. I can't take Tylenol 3s. I can't take codeine, can't take Toradol, Tramadol, Ultracet, any of the ketorolac drugs. Like my body is so sensitive to many drugs.
oh.
But
So
I have learned,
go on, go on.
I've learned to combat pain using fruits,
Okay.
vegetables, and I am a medicinal patient.
Okay.
I'm not your normal medicinal patient, but I literally use it just for pain, and I don't always have to use it. It's just something I had to really educate myself on.
Now you find that that works for you? Because I know a
It
lot of warriors speak of using that as an alternative.
it does. Like for me, there's two strains of marijuana. There's indica and sativa. I can only use indica. I cannot use sativa. When I'll be around friends or family, they'll be like, "Hey, nope, I do not want to smoke with y'all. I love y'all, but I don't smoke with y'all because I don't know what you're smoking."
Oh, yeah,
And
you
and it
definitely.
was hard. It was hard because my by trade before I came here to California, I was a phlebotomist.
Mm,
And so it was hard for the longest time trying to feel comfortable about talking about it and encouraging other people, because not everybody can handle the man-made medication. Like I'm allergic to Lyrica, highly
mm.
allergic to Lyrica.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, I can't, there's just so many things man-made that I cannot take. And it has definitely been a journey and one that wasn't always easy or looked on. A lot of people were like, what are you doing? But there's also an organization for those of you that don't know called Weed for Warriors.
Okay.
And it's an organization that helps veterans fight for fight for us to be able to use medicinal marijuana as a treatment through the VA. So like
Okay.
right now I do have my VA benefits, but I'm not allowed to use my medical because I am a medicinal patient. So it
Oh,
sucks. I mean, it sucks. There's give and take to it. There's pros and cons. And as I
right.
tell everybody, it's also not for everybody.
Hmm.
I wouldn't encourage everybody to just try it. I think there's people who have personal feelings, and I agree with their personal feelings.
Hmm.
I just know, sorry, I keep hitting the button. I just know for me, after soul searching and really figuring out what I could do to help combat the pain, that's
Hmm.
something that really helped me. So I use drops. I use flour. I use a pen sometimes. And those things they really help me. They really help me. Now, unlike Emmett, he can't
Uh-huh.
use it at all. Poor guy, he can't use it, but it doesn't do anything for him either. When he has used it, like before he went into failure, kidney failure, but
Hmm.
it doesn't for him, it doesn't help him at all.
Okay.
So
Okay.
again, that's where I feel like it's a something you have to explore,
Hmm.
something you have to, see does it really help you? And is it
Hmm.
even worth it? You
Okay.
know? So,
I know I tried it in my younger days and but this wasn't, medicinal or anything like that. This is just something
correct.
off the street. And I did not like the way it made me felt. To me, in my mind, it heightened every
Mhm.
pain that I was having. It made me focus more on it. So I was like, no, give me my Tramadol or whatever I'm taking, and now, I'll do that. But I love to hear when people say that it does help them, because, it's less harmful that we know of to the body than the other, man-made prescribed drugs that they have for us out there. And for people who deal with chronic pain on a daily, that's great that you're able to use that. I see we have in the chat that LaShawn said, do you use integrative pain management?
No, my doctor is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
She allows me to use anxiety meds and use weed and use marijuana, and that's it. That's all I use.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, but I've always been very open with my doctors. I think coming from a medical background has always helped me be able to communicate with them.
Mm-hmm.
I have honestly have not met a doctor ever since I started the medicinal route
Mm-hmm.
who's been against it at all. In fact, I think maybe because they see how I literally use it just for pain. It's not like
Okay.
I'm sitting here just
Just
chiefing
sitting
away.
there smoking.
I'm not Snoop Dogging it.
Okay, okay. Do you find yourself smoking vape juice, or
Yeah,
you?
yeah. In fact, I have one right here.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, I use my pen or there are drops.
uh-huh.
I even have topical
Okay.
THC products that work phenomenally on the pain. I don't I have a partially amputated foot,
Mm-hmm.
and when I first had it with all the pain, the just neuropathy, it was one of the only things that I could get to stop the pain,
Oh,
and it wasn't topical, but it was so beneficial.
I hear so many great things about it. We have well, they're all over now. I mean, it seems like on every corner you have a smoke shop that sells the THC and CBD oils and stuff like that. And
Well, and be careful with CBD oils. Be
okay.
real careful. When you're looking at CBD, go to a CBD shop that has been in business for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that they don't have like the Delta 8 products in there. Make
Uh-huh.
sure they don't have there's one other product and I can't remember what it's called. It's like a synthetic weed basically. And
Okay.
those are not good. Those are not good for anybody, whether you have lupus or not.
Oh,
I know in a lot of states, though,
mm-hmm.
where it's still not legal, um, people do use CBD products, and those are good. They don't have the euphoria of like THC,
Okay.
but if you go to an actual CBD shop that has been established, they have really good
Mm,
products. Because I'm
okay.
looking at getting Emmett some for some of his pain and things like that. But there's a
Okay.
difference, and people don't realize that. Don't and also when they say hemp gummies,
Yeah.
um, so I wouldn't get those. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't get those. Anything just straight CBD is what you're wanting. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
Well,
that's what helps with combat pain.
okay. Well, I'm scared of all that stuff. So, but we learned
You can always
today.
try a
Uh,
topical. You can always try just a topical, Miss Chandra,
okay.
and you don't have to worry about it getting into your system. If you do take pain management, any of you who might be in pain management, there probably are several of you are. The
Mm-hmm.
topical cream is not something that would hurt you for pain management. In fact, most pain management specialists would recommend that you use CBD.
Okay. Well, we've learned
Mm.
today that there are many options out there to handle your pain, depending on what level and what you choose. Just be mindful to be safe, and just, figure out what works for you. And there are many options out there for you. But I was just amazed that you said that you couldn't take anything. So I'm like, well, how are you dealing with it? Because I have pains just waking up in the morning, getting out of bed. And I'm like, I don't even want to deal with them. And I have to take some type of pain med. I'm like, how are
Well,
you doing?
okay.
But
So my pain regimen is I wake up in the morning, I eat so I can take Motrin. Because
okay.
I live off of Motrin 800. It's like I
Okay.
live off about four to
Okay.
six of them a day. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
then I will then, depending on my pain level, I
Mm-hmm.
might hit my pen a little bit, or I might just take a gummy, or I might just make me a water bottle. That way I can just kind of sip whenever I'm hurting. But it's
Okay.
not like I said, it's not like someone who's just having a smoke session. I'm not just like, Cheech and Chonging
Chilling
it and then going about my day.
while
It's
while
very
Emmett over there on
right,
dialysis, you kick back with you once you hook him up, you like so how's it going?
right. I have a nice little patio. I don't smoke in the house. I be sitting on my patio chilling.
Uh-huh. Whatever,
Um, I'm,
whatever works, right?
I guess I'm what you call a respectful smoker
Okay.
because I realize that is still foreign to a lot of people, especially kind of older. The older I came from, my parents were both addicts. And so I
Okay.
never in my life, plus being in the military, having my security clearances, I never in my life thought I would smoke weed. Never,
Okay.
never.
Okay.
Even when Emmett and I got together, I know he was kind of like, "You smoke weed?" And I was like, "Well, I can't take pain medication." So, um, and he gets it. He's seen the worst of it, and he's like, "You just really use it for pain." And I really just use it for pain. So I think you
We
just have to find what works for you.
absolutely, absolutely, because everybody's journey different, and this is a journey that we have to find something that helps us make, make it a little bit easier.
And
Yeah.
I did have a pain management special years ago. Her name was Dr. Solani. She was from Louisiana.
Hmm.
And the, the best advice she ever gave to me, which I always give to other people, is that anything that we put in our bodies, whether it's natural or synthetic, our
Hmm.
bodies are designed to regenerate themselves.
Hmm.
So, because of that, no matter what you put in your body's naturally going to get addicted to it, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Hmm.
And a, a lot of people have a misconception about pain medication. They think that they should take a pain pill and then once they're feeling good, go busy, 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 do everything they couldn't do when they were in pain. And that's actually the wrong way to handle your medication. You should take your pain medicine and relax. Let it heal your body. That way you don't have to take the pain medication that long. And also that way your body doesn't build up a tolerance where it doesn't help you. But I
Hmm.
think one things I don't like is how much they make people feel like they're addicts because they have to
Hmm.
take pain medication. I don't feel like that's right, especially when you're dealing with severe autoimmune issues, like we do,
Hmm.
or transplant issues like Emmett, seeing him and some of the pain that he's been in before. And I'm sure each one of you guys have been through before, just excruciating pain, where the only thing that helped was pain medication, yet they make you feel like you're crazy. They make you feel like you're an addict, so you don't really want to go say anything. And
Hmm.
that is the one thing that breaks my heart the most. And I've seen so many men and women hide their pain and hurt themselves even more because they don't want to get labeled a certain way. But
And
I
that's
think
unfortunate.
yeah, I think talking about it and just encouraging everyone, however you got to handle your pain, that's what you do for you. You
Mm.
know, um, And I remember laughing because it was like I turned pain into power. Well, the other day I fell up the stairs and cut my foot, and I said, I don't want to turn pain into power. This hurts.
Let me have my day where I'm not trying to turn nothing into nothing. Let me just be,
And he
right?
was laughing. He was like, only you.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to be focused and have that perseverance, and
Mhm.
that's where it comes in. It's okay. We're so, strong and busy being warriors and trying to not let people see that we've succumbed to this disease and, oh, I'm just this. We want to be more than lupus. So, but sometimes it's okay to sit back and, yeah, I'm hurting. I'm not feeling good today, that type of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's
Exactly.
it's okay. And after you've done this long journey and it's just like, you believe me, you don't believe me, here we are. This is what I'm dealing with. You were talking about how the doctors make it so hard for you and make you feel like you're an addict. It's crazy because you can have lupus for over 20 years and you're like, oh, well, it's a tear drug. Of course, they have to monitor and everything,
Hmm.
but I could go to the doctor and say I need a refill, and they looking at me like, okay, well, only 30 days, only 30 days. Like, I've had lupus for over 33 years and it looks like it's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, do we really have to go?
Exactly.
And it's just, it's insane what they take us through. Yeah, but they quick to give us, all the other stuff. But anyway, we can go on that forever. Let's see. I wanted to ask you regarding your book. What made you want to actually co-write it?
So, in 2011, I was sexually assaulted, and my battle buddy, her name is Sergeant Tracy Hall. She was also assaulted by the same individual. And it wasn't until I want to say 2020
Mhm.
that the story about Vanessa Guillen came out. And those who aren't familiar with who Vanessa Guillen is, she was a PFC in Fort Hood, and she had come up missing. And she actually was murdered by several of her soldiers that she served in with her unit. And I posted a picture of her in her blues and me in my blues, and I simply said, I am Vanessa Guillen. And a lot of people commented and wanted to know and talk, and I felt at that time it was time to go forward with my story. It was time to tell, from being a child, how did I even wind up being a soldier? What encouraged me to be a soldier? And then how I took a lot of the trials and tribulations from being a young woman and pushed them into being a soldier. And for me, it was my saving grace. The military is not for everybody, first and foremost. But for me, it is what I needed for my sons. I was a teen mom. I had my first son when I was 15. I turned 16 2 weeks later. I had my second son on my 19th birthday and my third son on my 22nd birthday. So for me, I wanted to provide a better life for the boys. I wanted to give them something other than just welfare or just, me having to work two and three jobs. I wanted to give them a legacy. And so, against a lot of people's protests, because in my family, women did not go in the military. We were basically barefoot and pregnant. And it just wound up that I wanted to make sure that I could leave a legacy for myself. And when I went in and was able to accomplish different things, I learned who I was. I learned how to love me, and that made me love my children even more.
Well, thank you for being that strong woman that you are. And yes, the military can be great things. Many great experiences can be had. And
Mhm.
we definitely want to salute you for your service. We
Thank
want
you.
to salute you for having the courage to even be able to speak on, everything that you've been through. And it's a great honor. Like I say, I stand here before you and give you all the praise for having the
Thank
confidence,
you.
to do it because it's such a very hard topic. It's such a
It
very
is.
hard topic.
It is. And it's one that unfortunately happens to men too, not just women.
Mm-hmm.
Being a chaplain assistant, I saw both sides. I mean, I've seen so many things, unfortunately, that were not good. Um, but one thing I learned was even though you become a victim, once you're able to talk about it, acknowledge it, you
Mm-hmm.
become victorious over that situation. And I needed to become victorious. I needed to remember that I hadn't made history. I hadn't become a soldier because I was weak. And
Mm.
even though something bad had happened, that didn't take away everything good that I did, everything I earned. So I felt like it was important to go forward. In this book, Veterans Unchained, there are 18 of us women. Each one of us all have a chapter, and they tell, just different different stories of what they went through. And
Mhm.
then soon I'll be having my own book. So
Oh, awesome, awesome. And it'll be the same type of Veterans Unchained type of conversation.
it'll be called GI Shane.
Yeah.
And yep, it'll be called GI Shane. And
Mhm.
it's gonna go a little bit more into depth on a few things. More how I made history,
Okay.
more how
And kudos to that. I'm sorry. Kudos to
thank
that.
you.
Kudos to recognize.
It
I
was
know.
it was easy, but it wasn't easy, let me tell you.
Hmm. Hmm.
I and you know how I made history?
Please
My
tell us.
abuelita taught me how to sew.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was going to
So,
ask you, how did you become being a chaplain and a chaplain assistant and everything, but please tell us about that
okay.
stuff.
Well, the how I became a chaplain assistant, I was a very young, naive woman when I was in the military.
We all
I
are
scored
coming in that early. We all are.
very, very high on my ASVAB, but did not know
Mhm.
that I qualified for really good jobs.
Okay.
And my recruiter put me in as a cook.
Okay. Okay.
So I went,
94B. Oh,
yep. So
okay.
that was my first MOS. So I went
Okay.
in, and while I was there, I won an award. I was in Fort Jackson. I won
Okay.
an award for ministering, and it wasn't religious ministering. It was just being able to communicate effectively with people.
Okay.
And so the base chaplain asked me if I'd be interested in being a chaplain assistant, and I just thought that it was like a secretary. So I was like,
Okay.
sure, why
Okay.
not? That's
Uh-huh.
easy.
Okay.
That's better than cooking. I did not
Uh-huh.
know that I
Mhm.
was going to be the chaplain's bodyguard,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that it was not a religious position. It was actually a non-biased position. So I had to be educated in all the religions that the military acknowledged, and then be able
Mhm.
to provide religious support and counseling to troop members and their families. So I learned about suicide intervention prevention, hostage negotiations. We learned about, PTSD, so alcohol, any type of substance abuse issues, domestic violence issues. That's what I handled. Um, and then I was supposed to deploy to Iraq, and for some reason they lost my medical records, as the military always does. And so they put me back in a rear detachment unit, and I was mad. I mean, I'm sitting there talking to a sergeant, I'm griping at him like, this was some, bull. I don't understand why you lost my medical records. I've been training this whole time. Now my unit's going to go without me, and it was sad because you train with these people for a reason. And so this guy came up to me and he said, I heard that you're kind of stuck. What would you think about going and becoming a tabbed honor guard soldier? And I was like, well, what I gotta do?
Mhm. Mhm.
And they said, well, it's just gonna be some dress and ceremony. And my naive self said, okay.
Okay.
And I went in and I walked in and there was 32 guys and me. And I was the tiniest one.
Mm.
Um, and the night before we had graduation, they gave us our uniforms and they let us know that we had to have everything hemmed. Well, it was so late at night that there was nobody open that could hem our pants for us. So I told the guys, I was like, well, I know how to hem pants. My grandma taught me how to sew. I was like, but I can't hem everyone's pants and do my uniform. And so we just built a line and we got her done. And the next day we graduated all together. And I was one of the team members from then on.
Wow. Oh, wow. Well, congratulations on all of that.
Yeah.
That had to be not the sewing part. Well, that had to be difficult too, with everybody standing up there waiting to get theirs done. But uh the military can be such a traumatic experience, just coming in, like you say, being so young, and all of a sudden, you go in and they're like, get off the bus, private, get up, and it's just like your whole world is turned upside down. So it's traumatic for anybody, no matter what you go through. So to be there, to be in the position to be able to hear so many different individuals come in and speak to you, or you be able to help with different issues that they come in, did that make you want to tell your stories, or did that heal you in some way, hearing other people's
Um,
stories?
yes and no. I mean, yes, it did heal, but it just helped me kind of learn my own self. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of the things that I dealt with were hard. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just hard. There's no, one time I had to let a soldier know that all five of his children had died in a house fire.
Mm-hmm.
I've had four soldiers actually commit suicide in front of me. I've had a wife commit suicide in front of me. Um, I had several soldiers come back from deployments on their redeployment. And in fact, I was talking with one on the phone and he had been drinking and he wrecked his bike. And he was a very good friend of mine. And so those type of things were hard. It was hard to deal with that in the military and then have to go home and
Mm-hmm.
act like nothing was going on. And so a lot of times people would act like I was hiding things, and essentially I was.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially I had to. I didn't have a choice. Everything was confidential,
Mm-hmm.
and that caused problems. That caused problems in my civilian life. But then as I got older, I realized how to communicate. Like, hey, listen, this was my job. This is what I
Mm-hmm.
did. One of the things I tell my loved ones is, look, I can't cancel you. I console you, but I can't counsel you. And there's a big difference.
Yeah.
And I think we forget that. We forget that a lot of times. There's so many people who are self-diagnosing themselves today. There's so many people who are,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm bipolar, I'm this, I'm that. And I
Or
really
not
deal with people who,
diagnosing themselves, or need to get diagnosed and not being diagnosed. There's so many of them too. Mm-hmm.
yes. And I actually, what's crazy is because of my job, I can tell when someone's having an episode. I can tell when someone's manic. I can tell when soldiers are nervous. I've went to a lot of them and I'm like, hey, by chance did you serve? How do you know? I said, oh, just kind of your mannerisms. I could tell. I served too. And that'll, open up a conversation and get them to calm down. That's something I've always been really good at.
Okay, okay. Let's talk about suicide illness and how that can make you feel less than what you used to be, and just the aspects of that in the military world.
I have my battle buddy, Staff Sergeant Tracy Hall. She's tattooed on my arm. She committed suicide, and I found out 2 years to the day that she committed suicide, only because we were already out and I was dealing with some serious family issues, and I just got bombarded with life and I forgot to reach out. I forgot to check, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is the one that has always been the hardest one on me. But I had to remember not to do the shoulda, coulda, woulda. Um, I think that individuals who reach a point of suicide are desperate. I think they've reached a point in their life where they literally see no other outlet. And the torment that that individual must be going through is not something that a lot of us can understand, because a lot of us have been blessed with a spirit of encouragement, a spirit of, fighting through. We've been blessed to have elders kind of guide us through trials and tribulations. But I
Mm.
think in today's society where there's so many things that are instantaneous, so
Yes.
many, all this social media, this and that, there's just a bunch of misguided individuals that don't realize that suicide is permanent. You don't
Mm-hmm.
come back from it. In fact, I'm personally dealing with something like that. And, I love this person, but
Mm-hmm.
this person needs some serious help. And I would
Of
not
course.
love that person if I didn't try to get them help.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
We definitely have to be there in some form of fashion. That's why I always say you never know what another person is going through, because you can just, shoot a text and be like, hey, how are you today? And, people be like, oh, I'm okay. And, they're not, so I always stress, just try and pick up the phone, even if it's for 2 minutes, and just visibly, or FaceTime, so that you can see someone's face and just really see how they're doing, because even just being lupus warriors, that's all we know. Oh, I'm doing okay, I'm doing fine, and knowing, Lord knows, we're not. So that's it's a very difficult thing, but it's not an
I mean,
easy conversation.
no, and I've struggled not with suicide, I don't think, just more anxiety, I think when you go through hard times, there's things that will bring up issues. And, to be honest with you guys, I've been on a medical leave from work. I took a medical leave because the last time Emmett was sick,
Mhm,
um, he had, like, I guess what they would call a dialysis seizure, and we weren't sure if he was going to be coding or not.
mhm,
And it scared me. Well, I went to work and I was dealing with some patients, and a patient had a reaction. I was great under pressure. I knew exactly what to do, but when we had to start doing chest compressions on this lady until EMS came, because her heart rate was faint. But
mhm.
immediately afterwards, I panicked. I was sweating, I was trembling. I literally could not handle it. And I knew that I had to tackle one battle at a time. And
Mhm,
although I love my patients and I love working with them, I
mhm.
don't know if it's best to do that right now while Emmett is sick. I mean, and Emmett's fighting. Don't let me paint
Oh,
a
we
picture where
know.
he's like on his
He,
last leg or anything.
oh no,
Okay.
he's our super
He
warrior.
is. He is. That's not it. It's just that he is a little more sicker,
Hmm.
and some things have progressed, and seeing that happen, it just was something that set my PTSD off. I didn't handle it. I couldn't handle it very well.
Hmm.
And I think just being able to recognize that instead of letting it get me to the point where maybe I got fired from work, just saying,
Hmm.
"Hey, I need a break."
Yeah.
But that's also hard, because I know that my bosses sometimes made smart ass remarks like, "Oh, you just have PTSD. You don't know
Mhm.
what I went through to get that. It's not a
Right,
badge. I'm not wearing it
right.
as a badge, but you do not know the type of stuff I've had to deal with."
Right, and it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate, and sometimes people use it so lightly now, like it's it's a saying, like it's some real serious stuff that goes behind those
Yeah.
words. Yeah, I applaud you. I've always said this, that I am so grateful that you came into I don't want to make this the image show, but so grateful that you came into his life, and how you guys are there for one another. I mean, that is a blessing. I remember being on early Zooms when I was just, quiet in the corner and wouldn't say anything. And Emmett would always say, oh, I am still looking for love, or, I would love to have somebody who actually has lupus, and soon after, here you are. So he kind of spoke you into existence. But the way you guys take care of one another, he's always been, like I say, the super warrior, and the, our Emmett, the face of, lupus, and
Mhm.
his can't stop, won't stop attitude. And then you come along and you bring along that as well. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. So know that we all are, so grateful that you're there, because he's like our brother, and we feel like we can't help him. And for him to have somebody who actually loves him, who's there with him during this cycle in his life and this journey of his life, we greatly appreciate you. So know
Well, I
that.
appreciate all of you, trust me, and sometimes I wanna smother him with a pillow, I'm not gonna lie,
Oh
but
yeah,
I
of
love
course.
him.
Of course. We all real here. We know that. We know that.
See
Yeah.
her in the background, he said, "Hmm."
Yeah. We know that. We know that. But that's just life. And just,
It is, it
the
is.
sorority has opened our arms to you. You
Yes, you
are one
guys
of
have, and
you
I
are
love
one
every
of us.
one of you. I love your
Yeah.
guys' strength, I love your guys' commitment to each other and to Emmett, and I really appreciate every one of you.
Yeah, like I say, we appreciate it so much. And it's like we can kind of okay, it's not so much, this, well, for me, I can speak for me. For me, yeah. So I am grateful. But like I say, I won't keep you today. I appreciate you coming on. I couldn't
Thank
wait
you.
to get you on, ever since the beginning. And then it was like, so many things was going on. And I'm like, what a perfect time. Let's just do it on, Veterans Day before we go get our grub on. So uh
Right?
yeah, so thank you for the conversation. Thank you for your honesty and speaking on topics that you probably have spoken on before, but thank you for sharing it on our platform. Before we go, is there any questions that you guys may have for her? Let me see what's in the chat. LaShawn said, is this just for veterans today? No, it's not for veterans today, but we are proud, baby. We are veterans, and yes, we will speak about being veterans today on Veterans Day. Let's see. Tiffany said, hello, everyone. Aftermath said, hello. Kratisha said, outstanding. I think she was giving you the applause on
Thank you.
your sewing and making the cut. And
Well, I'll tell you guys too, real fast. I
mhm.
told Emmett told me to show these. So I have been making, I seashell hunt, you guys. Which,
I
let me
think I
see, which,
saw something like that
did you
on
guys
your
see those?
page.
Okay, so
That's
I seashell
cool.
hunt. And I have been making different ones.
Oh, wow. Those are
And
nice.
these are all, he said not too close. I can't even see. But these,
Those are nice. When
so
do you have time to do anything? Those are lovely.
I do them just periodically. They're just my stress relief.
Uh-huh.
But um we are raising money, and if anyone is interested in them, just email me.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. While we're speaking of emails and how to contact you, for the ones that
Yes.
do not know, do you want to share your social platforms with us?
Yes, it's GIShane78 at gmail.com. On Instagram, it's GIShane78. And I believe on Facebook, it's Shanell Matlock.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. All righty, all righty. Let's see, Chanel, let's see. Patricia said, love you all and praying. Um,
Thank you,
Aftermath said,
Kendra.
thank you. Yeah, she said, proud of you. And I'm not sure, but I didn't see it. Are you gonna post any on your page? Did I miss that, or are you just showing us today? Is this like a breaking news kind of thing? You're letting people know that you're making these, or is it already out there?
It's actually on the website. It's on Emmett's
Okay.
website. All of them
Okay.
are on there. I think they're on Instagram as well, and I think I also have them on Facebook. I am custom making them. Like I said, I go seashell hunting, but I have found
Okay.
purple shells and you name it. So there's a bunch of different kinds, and no two is the same. Trust me,
Right.
there's no
Right.
way I can make two the same.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely share that, even when we write up our newsletter and talk about what
Okay,
a great time we had today. We'll
okay.
definitely promote that as well.
And
And
the shells are to raise awareness for kidney for
kidney
Emmett. So
disease,
that's
yeah,
what we're doing those for.
because you all know that Emmett is in search of his second kidney. So
Yeah,
any awareness that you all can bring,
yeah.
um, all of that,
He is B positive.
be
You do
positive.
no, most of us in the community, we are not eligible to donate, unfortunately, having lupus. However, if you know any friends or family, even if they're not B positive, but maybe they'd be willing to donate a kidney, if they
Mhm.
could contact Kidney Solutions, let them know they're doing this on behalf of Emmett Henderson III, and that helps Emmett move up on the list. So,
Okay.
yep.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I know I also
Thank you,
saw
Sandra.
where uh Zarel was saying about her event that she usually has. She's making it into a support for Emmett. I thought that was
Hmm.
wonderful as well. So that's awesome. See, Emmett, you got so much love. You knew that already, though. Yeah. Well, like I said, thank you guys for coming. Oh, wait, let's see.
Thank you for having me.
Tiffany says, thank you so much. Thank you for your service.
Thank
Hoorah.
you all.
I like you being at 94B, 94 Bravo in the house. Yeah.
Hey.
Do you like to cook though?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
I love to cook. I'm
okay.
actually my title is a 56 Mike. So that's what
Okay.
my MLS is. But yeah.
Okay. 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 Sounds good. All right, guys. Like I said, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your time with us on this lovely Saturday. We're going to get out of here, but we want to thank our sponsors, GSK and Arenia. Make
Thank
sure you
you.
go to their website so that you can find out all the information about lupus and lupus nephritis and also gamma pyro. I think everybody on here knows who we are. So
Yes.
no need to go into all the finding all where we are. You guys can find us all over social media. Thank you for joining us again. And we are out of here on this Saturday. Love you
Bye,
guys.
ladies. Love
Thanks
you.
for coming on. Bye. Thank you so much for logging on today. Appreciate your time. Thanks for logging on. Thank you so much, Shanell. Thank
Oh, you're so welcome. You're
you
so
guys are the
welcome.
cutest. You the cutest. Image you in love, baby. You got her.
Hey,
It
no,
is
thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I
you
appreciate everything.
you
But
welcome.
yeah, this was definitely her show, and I'm glad that she got a chance to talk on and on and on.
Yeah, it's okay. That's what we're here for.
I
Yeah.
know you guys are. I know you guys
Yeah.
are. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. We're gonna meet up with Arenia on Monday for lunch. So we have a conference down here at San Diego we're invited to. So we're gonna get to meet them in person as well. So
Okay.
Autumn's down here too. So we'll be
Yeah.
with her probably
Mhm.
tomorrow or some Monday.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
love me some Marinia. They're great. Yeah,
They
I've had
they've done a lot of good stuff
opportunity.
for me.
Oh yeah, I've had the
Chandra,
opportunity.
send me your address, please. I'm gonna
Okay.
send you and what size shirt you wear. I'm gonna send you some stuff.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Right now
welcome.
I'm a large, but I'm usually a medium, but
Okay. Well, I'm gonna send you one of these little water bottles.
Oh,
And
thank you.
then
Thank
I'll
you.
show you what the shirt looks like. Hang on one second. I'm
All
gonna put
righty, all right.
Send her one of mine too.
Oh, we could have did a raffle
I
too.
do from my website. You saw I got my sports hoodies and stuff out, right?
Yeah, I saw your new stuff. I saw a hoodie. I was like, I didn't see that hoodie when I was on there buying something. I'm gonna have to give me one of them hoodies.
I
Yeah.
got you then. I got you then. You like which one you like? The Chicago. I know you saw the Chicago one.
It was no, I didn't see the Chicago one. It was similar to the T-shirt that I had bought with the butterfly on it. Let me
I
see.
don't know if you
Yeah,
can see.
I see Shane. Let me see.
GI Shane on it.
Okay, okay.
I don't know why this. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on.
It's not that one. It's
There. Okay. It says there's different colors. I have purple. This one is like a blingy silver, and I have a blingy gold. But on the
Nice.
back, it says, not every GI is a Joe.
Oh, I like that. You see, I stole your title. I seen it on your
I
page.
know,
I was
that's
like, sound like a good title.
what.
I was just pulling stuff. I'm like, okay, she already got it set out for me. Those are
Well,
nice. Oh,
you know what's funny is how I got called GI Shane was the military. They cut off the last, if you have over 7 letters in your name, they'll cut off the last ones. They only give you 5, right? So my name was Shane or Chanel, Shanell. They cut off the 2 L's. I have no middle initial, and my last name was Smith. So on paper, I look like a man because it said Shane
thanks, Shane.
NMN Smith. And they
Mhm.
had me report to the mail barracks. And this
Oh,
drill
we could have
sergeant's
told
like,
that story.
I should have. And the drill sergeants are like, female, where's your battle buddy? I don't know what the fuck a battle buddy is. What are you talking about, man? And
Uh-huh.
he was like, where's your paperwork? So I handed him he goes, wait one. And he turned around, got two guys to walk me up to the other company. They thought I was AWOL because they couldn't find me.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So
wow.
that's the joke is that's how I got the GI Shane because I was like, well, not everybody's GI Jane.
Okay. Good experiences.
So,
Good experiences.
yeah.
And good stories to always tell. Last question. I know we off, but how did your son get involved with the military? Is it because of you or it was just okay? All righty.
It was he not one time did he ever talk about it at all. He
Okay.
was 17 and it was so sweet when he swore in. His dad's there and his dad's a combat veteran too.
Okay.
Well, I'm so used to like officers or whatever going to his dad and just totally dismissing me.
Okay.
And I remember his recruiter goes, his mother is a combat veteran too. And he looked at me, the colonel goes, thanks, and just kept like talking to my son. And I was like, that's thankful.
Geez, they
But
still
I just left it alone because it's my son's day, you know.
uh-huh,
And
uh-huh.
so when the guy asked him, he goes, why are you joining? He said, because of my mother. I look up to her and I want to be like her. And that was just like the best ever.
I
So,
know, I know. Yeah. That's so awesome.
and he's
Yeah,
doing so good. He's
that's
only
good.
22. He's a staff sergeant in the Air Force.
He
He's doing
tall. I
very
seen
well.
the pictures. I seen one of
Oh
them.
yeah, he big. He
You
big.
standing up on your tippy toes or whatever. But you got two children in the military. You
Hmm.
said you got
The
two. Oh,
oldest, CJ, he's in the Army, and then JJ, who's the baby, he's in the Air Force, but CJ's getting out. We tried to tell him to go Air Force. He didn't want to listen. He don't like the Army.
okay.
Whatever. And then I
Okay.
have other boys too. So
Okay.
I have
Okay.
one of my sons has some severe mental health issues, and then one of them unfortunately is in prison at the moment. So
Okay. Okay. Well, prayers for both of them or all of them. You
oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? We all need prayers every day, and we all are battling something every day, every
exactly.
moment. So, yeah. But thank you guys.
You're
I
welcome,
I
Chandra.
can't. I got a date with Chili's and
Me
Applebee's.
too. I'm ready to go to Applebee's.
So, I'll see you guys, and thank you so much. I'll make sure I get the information to you, and you guys keep loving on one another. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Chandra.
All right. Bye bye. I don't know why my daughter's still on here. She done turned the camera on and left. Hey, CJ, thanks for.
Hey, mama.
I'm like, she done turned the camera on and she gone.
I told you I was
I
meeting
know
up
you
with
was
somebody.
out.
So I'm
Let me
just in on
see.
this one.
Let me just say hi real quick.
I'm
Or
trying
no.
to.
Hola. Hold on, let me get a picture.
Huh?
I said, hold on, let me get a picture.
Okay. Picture of what, mama?
Okay. Pull your shirt up. All right, bye. Talk to you later.
Bye, loser.
Love
Talk to you
you.
later.
Bye.
Bye.